Hey everyone, this is Andrew from the Console Gaming Crew, and we couldn't be happier to announce that we are now a part of the Boss Rush Podcast Network and are featured on BossRushGames.com. BossRushGames.com is a great place where you can find up-to-date news articles, blogs, and podcasts about video games. In addition to that, there's a growing collection of podcasts in not just the gaming community, but other communities as well. We are honored to be a part of such a great network of podcasters, so please stop by and give everyone a listen. Thank you so much and enjoy the show.
Yo, crew members, what it be?
Hey, yo.
That was a good one. I like that. That was a good one.
Again, try not to be super duper excited because my kid's right underneath me. Possibly napping,
yes.
possibly not napping. Not quite sure. But for those of you listening, we are again, for the foreseeable future, at least for me, doing this from home. And once again, I get sad saying this for the third straight week, but Anthony is not with us. He had work obligations again.
Yeah, look, hopefully he'll be back next week for the free and new.
Yeah, but we've said it a million times, the content don't wait for nobody. So we got to keep this thing cracking. So what we got this week is a little Nintendo Direct action that we just had this past Thursday.
Yeah, dude, right? Yo, and we got a lot. There was a lot of information.
There was a lot packed into a 40-minute stream.
Yeah.
And
they did a great job on that.
Yeah, and honestly, it left me feeling a lot more excited than a lot of the previous Nintendo Directs have. When you hit me up and was like, yo, there's a Nintendo Direct coming this Thursday, I was like, here we go again.
Yeah, because they normally feel lackluster. They really do.
Yeah, because it almost feels like they're always like building up to like their best thing being like another character for Smash and like some obscure game you've never heard of, or I mean, I'm never upset about anything Pokemon related, but
true,
you just want something new sometimes. And this time you got none of that, which is cool.
Well, I mean, you did get the
Smash
little thing with Smash, but I mean, look, obviously we'll talk about it when we get to it.
Yeah, but you have it all written down as the order it came, so you're gonna have to take us there, Skitch.
All right, so without further ado.
All
right, so this whole thing started off with Monster Hunter Rise Sunbreak, which is going to be the massive expansion DLC that is going to be coming summer of 2022.
Yeah, that's I haven't played Monster Hunter Rise yet. You have, right?
No, I have Monster Hunter. Oh, you have
Monster. That's the one that you have.
But a few people in our network are fairly adamant players of Monster Hunter Rise. You know what I mean? So I know that this one was definitely a big one.
Yeah, the last one that I played was Monster Hunter World with you guys, and I'm not gonna lie, I miss it, man. We played that like ad nauseum, dude. We played that game.
We did play that a lot,
like nightly, and
that was a good one.
It was definitely fun, and it seems like Monster Hunter Rise has followed suit. And this what was this one called? What was it? Sunwa?
Sunbreak.
Sunbreak, you know, new monsters, new locations, stuff like that. So, I mean, it looks...
and new actions as well.
And new actions, yeah, that's right.
New stuff that you're able to do as your player going against these monsters.
Yeah. So, you know, if you're a fan of the series already, it looks like you're not going to be disappointed. And if you haven't played one of the games yet, hop into Monster Hunter Rise. I'm sure you'll be thoroughly enjoyed it.
Yeah, 100%.
Hold on, before we even say that, I'm just trying to figure out where my English just went on that last sentence, because I said if you've never played it, I'm sure you will be thoroughly enjoyed it. So I just went to
I was going to give it to you, man.
Just gave you past, present, and future all in one sentence. I'm sure you will be thoroughly enjoyed it. Huh? Okay. Let's move right along.
All right, right along. We have Mario Party Superstars. So we've already gotten a Mario Party game, you know what I mean? That we can play on the Switch. I believe that one was just a port over from the Wii, I think. But this one is a all new one to where you have like N64 party maps. You have
they brought back Peach's birthday cake, and
yes, you have Woody Woods. You have Horrorland, which looks like it's from the Haunted Mansion series with Luigi. You have Yoshi's Tropical Island.
Yeah, and those games are always so much fun, man. For me, Mario Party is like the video game version of Monopoly, as in like it will start wars in your house.
It can.
It will start wars.
It really can.
I'm pretty sure my wife and I actually got into a fight after playing Mario Party one time because I was just consistently every time she got to the star, if I had the opportunity, I was doing what I was supposed to do.
Yeah.
But they cause wars.
Look, I made sure that I was on my wife's team, so that way we didn't have fights, because I knew it would end up being.
You're an intelligent man. But
sometimes I have good thoughts.
Yeah, I need to adopt
that. Mario Party Superstars is going to be coming out October 29th of this year.
Ooh, perfect. If you know.
Oh yeah, dude.
Right around the holidays, start some holiday fighting.
He said, "Start some holiday fighting."
Yeah.
Yeah, man. I mean, look, what better way to go ahead and celebrate Thanksgiving and Christmas and all the other winter stuff, winter holidays, than fighting.
Yeah, if it's still sketchy for some people to, like it is for me to have, gatherings and family over for Thanksgiving, you can bring the fights to you just with, with some Mario Party.
Oh, I love it. So the next one we're going to talk about is something that I actually watched today. Friend of the show, Adrian from the Unknown Games podcast, he was streaming this a little bit. The game is called Voice of Cards: The Isle Dragon Roars, and it is a card-based RPG.
Tabletop.
Yeah, it is, dude. It's wild looking. Like, I wasn't like. It kind of reminded me of like if Yu-Gi-Oh was, you know what I mean, like if everything in Yu-Gi-Oh was done by the cards, like narration, everything.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I mean? It kind of felt like that type of thing.
Yu-Gi-Oh, what a throwback!
I like that show actually, a little bit.
What a throwback! I never watched it, but I mean, I've seen an episode, but I never continued watching it because it always made me feel like I was cheating on Pokemon, and that was just a no-go for me.
You thought you were cheating on Pokemon?
Yeah. And I couldn't do that. Ash had been loyal to me for way too long.
Nah, look, man, I can respect your loyalty. I can easily respect the loyalty. All right, so that one is going to be coming out. Sorry, my iPad went crazy. Voice of Cards is going to be coming out October 28th of this year.
This is going to be a good, like, across the board, Nintendo, Xbox, Sony is going to be a great holiday for games.
It really is. I mean, like, we already said before that, like, 2022 is going to be the year that is just going to be insane with games, because everything kept on getting pushed back because of, the pandemic and everything else. You mean, everybody having to work from home. So we already knew that 2022 was going to be awesome. And from looking at this Nintendo Direct, we definitely know it will be for Nintendo's side.
Yeah.
And like we said before, we already knew that for Sony and for Microsoft, we're going to get the same thing from that, dude. Just great content.
Absolutely.
So the next one that we're going to talk about is Disco Elysium: The Final Cut. It's going to be coming to the Switch October 12th.
This one actually got me excited because it takes you back to like that old school feel of RPGs, like real narrative driven, and your choices affect how the game unfolds and stuff like that. And it looked it was a top down RPG, right?
Yes, top down RPG.
And it gave me like Divinity vibes.
Camera angle, I can definitely feel the Divinity vibes. Definitely. It was one of the... Alright, so if you say in the game you're looking over like a balcony, you actually have the option to look over the balcony. I mean, it sounds like those like old school computer games.
Yeah.
You mean to where you type in like take 5 steps to the left, give me stuff like that, like how we talked about with consoles through history before.
Yeah, absolutely.
So yeah, that one's going to be showing up October 12th of this year. So not that far from where we are now. The next one looks pretty cool. It's a huge expansion pass for this game that got pretty good accolades when it came out. And I am talking about Hyrule Warriors: Age of Calamity. You have a new expansion pass content that's going to be coming out October 29th. You get a new content which includes the new duo characters in Pura and Robbie, and new stages like the Coliseum, and you get a new village called Kakariko.
Kakariko Village, yeah.
Yeah, and then also some new sequences. So that's pretty neat.
Yeah.
And like I said, this game, like, people love this game.
Yeah. I feel ashamed because I've never played a Hyrule Warriors game, which is shocking considering my love of the entire Zelda franchise.
Yeah. Like I played the demo for the one that came out last year, and it was fun. It's definitely different than what you normally do with with the Zelda game, because dude, you just have these swarms.
It's straight up horde mode, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
And I think you can actually play as some of the other some of the other Guardians as well.
Pretty dope.
Yeah, so like I said, that one, the expansion pass is going to be coming out October 29th. The next one we're going to talk about is a Final Fantasy character copy and paste of Mario Kart. At least that's what it looked like to me.
Absolutely.
The game is called Chocobo GP. So it's going to be coming to the Switch in 2022. And you have local and online multiplayer, tournament system, and you can have up to 64 players to compete in an ultimate, I guess, like just a battle royale of racing. But yeah, dude, like the courses look like something from Mario Kart. The
art everything looks Mario Kart except for
the characters. Yeah, the characters and then their way of getting around the track.
Yeah.
Yeah, so that one I'm looking at it going, like, really? Like why? Why do we need that?
For the Chocobo fans.
I guess. I mean, are there that many to where that you need a copy and paste game?
Look, I'm not the one to ask about that. I'm not sure.
Got it. All right, so the next one we're going to talk about is Super Smash Brothers. They went ahead and told us that we're going to get a presentation on October 5th from Mr. Sakurai, and he is going to tell us the final Super Smash Brothers Ultimate character and also show us fighting. How to use that character. So that's going to be coming October 5th, which means that when we do news around that time, we will go ahead and have that information for you.
Boom! Keep her going.
Because
we're getting to my favorite parts. Getting to my favorite parts.
Yeah, so the next one we're going to talk about is something that I was surprised at when they first showed it, because you're looking at a beach, and then you see this little pink blob on the beach, and then he actually gets up.
And what could that pink blob be? When you're Nintendo, there's only one pink blob, is there not?
Only one.
There's only one pink blob. So
we have a new Kirby game coming to the Switch. Kirby and the Forgotten Land is going to be coming to the Switch spring of 2022.
It's a beautiful time. It's a beautiful time to be a Nintendo fan. The little round pink fucker is back. You run around and just suck everything. Hold on, let me rephrase that, because I just, as I said that's wrong. You go. That's what he does.
Where you going with this?
I mean, that's what he does. That's what he does.
Where you going with this?
He's a human vacuum. He's a human vacuum. That's what he does. But it has been a long time since I've played a Kirby game. But Kirby to me always seemed overlooked when it comes to like Nintendo, because when you do when you get these Nintendo Directs, or when you think of Nintendo games, you think about your Mario games, you think about Pokemon games, you think about Metroid even, and stuff like that. And Kirby always seems to, like, people forget almost. And I
mean, I'll tell you straight up, I've never played a Kirby game.
You'd like them. They're fun. I haven't played all the Kirby games, but they're fun. And hopefully this kind of brings the franchise back into the forefront a little bit. Because
the only thing I really know about Kirby is you can use them in like Super Smash Brothers.
Yeah.
into like I mean he's one of my wife's favorite people to use.
Yeah, he'd be sucking on people and taking their costumes and shit. I'm not wrong. It's just aggressive
you're not,
how I said
it. I figured you could say it a little bit better.
It's just a little aggressive. But
I mean, he is aggressive. I will say that.
That's what he does. What that mouth do. But anyway, continue.
Yeah, so that's going to be coming out spring of 2022. The next one we're going to talk about is an Animal Crossing update. So so we're going to be getting an Animal Crossing Direct in October. And from this Direct, we are going to learn about the fan favorite Brewster and the Roost Coffee Shop, because it's coming to the game in the very, very near future. We're getting brand new content in November. So to learn about all that new content, we're going to be getting a Animal Crossing Direct in October.
And that makes me happy because that leads me to believe that there's a lot of stuff that they're going to be doing that it's worthy of having its own Direct rather than a 3-minute block as a part of this whole thing that they just did, because Animal Crossing was such a well-received game. But
yes.
Every little update they do is something that, like, it seems like once you experience it for an hour, it's old hat. So
I got that.
I remember, so because, like the seasonal updates used to, it's how many times can you get jazzed up for Bunny Day and for,
the wedding.
Yeah, like all that stuff. And, like, ooh, you can, you can swim in your own swimming pool now. Like, cool. And what do I do after that 2 minutes is over?
Yeah.
Like, you know what I mean? So, like,
for somebody like you who has, you've caught all the bugs, you've caught all the fish, you know what I mean? Like, dude, you and your wife did like everything.
Well, actually, we haven't. There's a couple that we haven't. There's a couple that we haven't caught yet because at some point we stopped playing because we did hit it hard when the pandemic first started.
Yeah, you guys definitely did.
And I loved it. I don't regret it for a second. But when you play the game that hard, and I'm talking, because it was obviously before, my son was born, so we had all the time in the world, and I'm talking we played combined probably like 8 to 10 hours a day, because I was playing it during the day, or sorry, no, she was playing it during the day and I was playing it at night, or vice versa, something like that. And
yeah,
once you do that, and then she killed it. She took over and she did everything, stockpiling money and upgrading the houses, hers and mine. And
your island is impressive. I will say
making everything. Yeah, and ours is nothing compared to some people's. But she did work, getting our island to a 4-star, 5-star, whatever the hell it is.
I think it was 5 is like the highest.
Whatever the highest is, she got us there, and and then we kind of stopped playing. And she'll, she jumps on every now and again to see what's new. Maybe this will help, us get back into it a little bit, maybe. But I'm excited. I'm excited to see what they do. Like I said, it excites me because they're doing their own Direct just for this. So it leads me to believe that there's some big stuff. You can't think that they're going to be. They're not going to dedicate a half an hour just to a coffee shop. So we'll see.
Yeah. So like I said, so we're going to be hearing about that in October.
Yeah.
The next one that we're going to talk about, we got some new stuff coming for Mario Golf Super Rush. So we are now going to have the Koopa Troopa and Ninja are going to be coming into the game. Plus, we are also going to have new courses that are already in the game now. You know what I mean? As of this, as of when the Direct came out on Thursday, you know what I mean? All this stuff was there. And it's all free updates too, by the way. It's all free.
Beautiful. Gotta love it. I'm still interested to mess around with that game because I always liked the Mario Golf series anyway, so might as well jump back into it and have a little fun.
I've heard some stuff about this one being a little lackluster, but maybe bringing in these characters and giving us some new courses might go ahead and help spruce it up.
I hope so, man, 'cause that makes me sad.
Yeah. The next thing we're going to talk about, you were super pumped about, and I am talking about the Disney Magical World 2.
Yeah, dude. Like I said, I'm a sucker for anything Disney. Kingdom Hearts, freaking this. There's something I didn't get to play yet, but I have it downloaded. There's some Disney World thing on Game Pass for the Xbox. You've probably seen it on there. Yeah, where you can like visit different like Disney worlds and stuff like that. I'll look it up right now while you talk about this real quick.
Okay, so this game lets you hang out with classic Disney characters like Mickey Mouse, Winnie the Pooh, and you get to craft different items, explore different Disney worlds, and then much more. This game is going to be arriving holiday 2021, and it's going to include all the DLCs from the original 3DS game. Like, that's pretty awesome. This is something that once we started watching it, the first thing that came out of my mouth is, I'm buying this for my kid. I'm buying this for my daughter for the holidays. Like, it's going to happen because she will love this because she is a huge Disney person.
Which is hilarious, just because your first thought was I got to get this for my daughter, and my first thought is I got to get this for myself.
Yeah, I like the fact that look, dude. Well, we are huge Disney people in this house. You know what I mean? Like, Disney Plus is on constantly, literally 24/7 on this in this house. So it is what it is, man. It's what we do.
Oh, I agree. God damn,
Yeah.
I'm trying to find what this freaking Disney game was, man.
It's all right. We can talk about it in a little bit. So the next one that we're going to go into is a game that we know is having a remake for the next-gen consoles. And now we have found out that we are going to get this game for the Switch. Star Wars Knights of the Old Republic is going to make its way to Switch November 11th of this year.
Anyone who's listened to this podcast already knows how I feel about that RPG. So even though I myself am going to be waiting for the remaster for, was it Sony, right? Or was it
Yes,
both?
Sony. I'm pretty sure
Sony, I
it's Sony.
think. I don't know. Shit's all blended together. But even though I'm waiting for that, if you don't have those systems, I would absolutely tell you to get the OG for the Switch because it's still a phenomenal RPG. One of those games that, like I said, the story itself will take you past any graphical issue you may have with it. Back that Disney thing, by the way, for Xbox, it's called Disneyland Adventures. Is on Game Pass. It says Disneyland Adventures allows children. Yet I want to do it. Disneyland Adventures allows children. Oh, there you go. Children and Disney fans of all ages to explore Disneyland Park in 4K Ultra HD and HDR, enjoy immersive adventures based on 18 popular attractions, engage in 100 challenging quests, and interact with 35 beloved Disney characters.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, I'm trying to mess around with that.
I might have to download that today. See what's good.
Get it?
All right, so the next one we're going to talk about is the Dying Light and Dying Light 2.
Which we were both kind of shocked about to see this on Nintendo.
Yeah, I was saying to you when we were watching this thing, I'm like, it surprises me that Nintendo is putting this much more adult content on. I mean,
maybe I'm sure it's a calculated decision because we for the longest time, what did we always say about Nintendo? It's like you would think that it was a console strictly geared towards children.
Yes,
which is wild because we grew up with Mario and all these other things that we want to play in too. So to make a system, and especially when you go as far as to make sure that you have hardware that could compete with the other companies as far as like graphical capabilities, you got to start turning out some other types of games.
No, you're right. I mean, also, look, Nintendo's pretty niche. You know what I mean? Like, everybody knows what you get from Nintendo. Everybody knows the big names, you know what I mean, with Nintendo game. You mean when you're playing Nintendo games. So, once again, that's why this surprised me as much as it did. So, Dying Light 2 is going to show up on the Switch February 4th of next year as a cloud version of the game, and there is right now a free demo available for it. But on October 19th, you are going to get Dying Light Platinum Edition. Mm-hmm. That's going to be coming to Switch, and then that will go ahead and help hold over fans until Dying Light 2 comes out a few months later.
Gorgeous. What we got next, sir? I'm just waiting for my excitement to come out.
No, yeah, like, all right, so I have my whole little system that I'm doing right here with my iPad, and then I'm finding everything, and so, yeah.
No, you're fine.
So the next one we're going to talk about is Project Triangle Strategy. Now, this game is going to be coming out March of next year. It is a tactical RPG from Square Enix. March 4th is going to be the release date. The team is doing some fine-tuning on the game ahead of its launch, and the updates have included adjustment to difficulty, improvements to on-screen visuals like the UI, the camera controls, and the ability to review prior dialogue. So you can go ahead and like redo and like rewind certain things in the game. They streamlined the game flow and the loading times on it. So I was impressed with this game because it looks like an 8 or 16-bit 3D game.
It looks exactly like what you would expect from, and it's an updated version of, but looks like exactly what you would expect from a 90s Square Enix RPG. It looks right in the realm of Secret of Mana, Chrono Trigger.
Yeah, Secret of Mana, definitely.
What's the other one? Octopath Traveler. I don't know if they did Bravely Default, but it gave me a Bravely Default vibe too.
Yeah, Bravely, I can see that.
But yeah, it's great, and from the little snippet that we got, the voice acting sounded really good.
It did.
Like, it sounded like it would keep you engaged. So that's dope.
Yeah, so like I said, that one's going to be coming out March 4th of next year. The next one we're going to talk about is we got more.
Boy, if you do not stop saying the next one we going to talk about.
I know, I'm sorry. I have my crutches, okay? Apologies. Now I don't know what to say besides that.
I was waiting for you to go, so the next one y'all going to hear about is
So next game is Metroid Dread. And we got an extended story trailer from this. The game's going to be coming out October 8th. And we got a little more to Samus's story. And look, man, this game looks so good. This game looks like it's going to be so much fun. I'm excited to really see what everybody says with the reviews and everything. It is going to be nice. And
I know you talked about playing it, which would be huge because you've never played a Metroid game before.
Yeah. See, that's the thing, man. I enjoy Metroidvania games, but I've never played a Metroid or Castlevania game.
Yeah. That's
weird thing.
It's so hilarious to me. But, this looks like, from everything it appears to be, it looks like the classic Metroid game just for 2021, 2022.
Yeah. No, it definitely does. Like I said, man, I'm pumped to see it, and that'll probably be one of the first games that I actually buy within the recent times.
I just hope for your sake that the map isn't like it normally is in Metroid games, because that shit is daunting. Super Metroid is still to this day probably one of the hardest games that I've ever played, because navigating that freaking map is unreal. Unreal. At least it has one, so it's not quite, Legend of Zelda vibes.
Yeah.
But god damn, is it confusing.
Yeah, so that's going to be coming out October 8th, which like I said, it's going to be fun. You ready to talk about a little bit of expansion for the console itself?
Oh, yes, sir. Yes, sir.
All right, so we're talking about Nintendo Switch Online right now, and there is an expansion pack that has been announced with Nintendo Switch Online that is going to give you both N64 and Sega Genesis games. Let's fucking go.
Pardon my French, but I'm eggplant right now. That's got the D hard, if you know what I'm saying.
That's proper French. Absolutely.
Yeah. The fact that, and we knew this was coming because we talked about, and this is just the start of it, because we talked about this as soon as they came out with because when you had the Switch, you had the NES emulator.
Yep.
And then eventually they came out with the SNES emulator, and I'm like, we were like, man, I wonder how far they're going to take this. If you'll ever see the N64s, we actually never brought up Sega, but
no, that's the one I was more surprised about, honestly.
Yeah, but we talked about when they would finally start rolling out 64 games, and then we were like, well, I don't know, how would you do that? Because the controller, you don't have a control, and our dumbasses never even brought up the fact that they could do what they're doing, which is they are coming out with a wireless N64 controller that pairs with your Switch. And also
a wireless Sega
Genesis controller.
Yeah.
Now, it's not the entire library of 64 games or Genesis games. Obviously, they're starting off with a small library, but the library that they're giving you, they are fantastic games. You're getting... Yeah. Sorry, go ahead.
No. If you want to go ahead, you can go ahead and spit out the N64 games.
Yeah, I'll take 64. You can take Sega. So for 64, you're getting Super Mario 64. Iconic, brilliant freaking game. Mario Kart 64, Star Fox 64, Yoshi's Story, which is an underrated game, phenomenal. Legend of Zelda: Ocarina of Time, which I say all the time is probably the best game ever made.
Yeah, you're number one.
Winback I've actually never played. Mario Tennis is fun. Dr. Mario 64. I was never really into Tetris, so I never really got into Dr. Mario either because it's basically the same type of thing.
Yeah.
It's like Mario's version of Tetris. And what the hell was the other one? I don't even remember.
Sin and Punishment?
Never played it, but it looks pretty dope. So either way, even with the two that I've never played and the one I don't care about, you're talking about 6 bangers.
Yeah.
For 64. That is like, dude, Super Mario 64, Star Fox, Yoshi Story, and Zelda alone are worth that. Easy.
And then for Sega, we're getting Sonic the Hedgehog 2, Streets of Rage 2, Echo the Dolphin, Castlevania Bloodlines, Contra Hardcore, Dr. Robotnik's Mean Bean Machine, Golden Axe, Gunstar Heroes, Musha, Phantasy Star 4, Rystar, Shining Force, Shinobi 3, Return of the Ninja Master, and Strider. Like, come on.
Yeah, dude, and that's great too. This could be your perfect entry into Castlevania. You could play the Castlevania game there.
Could be, absolutely.
Between Castlevania, Contra, phenomenal. Sonic, need I say more there? Echo, which you and I were talking about, gets like no love, which is surprising.
Yeah, Echo was just such a fantastic game.
It was absolutely a fantastic game. There was another game that I believe was for Sega that I used to get confused with Echo, and it drives me nuts. And if anyone can figure out the name of this game, because I would love to track it down and play it again, and we have a ton of people in our network that play video games, so maybe one of them can find it. It was a game that was based underwater, I believe, where like you start off as like a tadpole or some shit, and you actually have to like level up and evolve. It's like a game literally based on evolution.
Really?
And I don't remember what the hell it was called. And I always used to get it confused with Echo. It was one of those obscure games that was at my Aunt Kathy's house. I used to play that shit whenever we were over her house. And I've never been able to remember the name of it or find it again. And I know it's not Echo because I thought it was Echo once, and then I watched a video of Echo and I was like, no, this isn't it. This is just another underwater game. But I do remember playing Echo. So if anyone can figure out what that game is called, I know that's the worst breakdown I can possibly give to help you find the name of this game, but it's some game for Sega and possibly Super Nintendo that's based around like evolution. You're underwater, like eating other fish and shit, if I remember correctly. So if anyone can figure out the name of that, I would greatly appreciate it.
Look, man, the crew members are amazing. They'll figure it out.
Yeah.
And also other games that we will be getting for the N64. You know what I mean? Later on, Banjo-Kazooie, Pokemon Snap, Legend of Zelda Majora's Mask, Kirby 64, The Crystal Shards, Mario Golf, Paper Mario, and F-Zero X. This is, yeah, dude, this shit's just fucking top notch, man, for real.
Oh my god. I just found that on my own. My dumb ass just went to Google and typed in video game based on evolution. I don't know why I never thought of that. It was called, oh, what an idiot. It's called EVO Search for Eden. So Evo Search for Eden. Came out for Super Nintendo. Published by Enix.
It's a Square Enix game?
Well, it says published by Enix. It doesn't say Square Enix. So before they merged.
Yeah, Square and Enix used to be separate companies until they did merge.
Yeah. And it's crazy. This has a 4.6 out of 5 and a 5 out of 5 as far as reviews go.
Oh, damn.
Yeah. It's...
My man needs to get an emulator now to go ahead and...
Nope, I ain't doing that. I'm all about the legal shit. You ain't finna get me in trouble. No, you ain't making an example out of me. Anyway, so happy that I just found that. This Nintendo Direct is the only reason that I just found that.
Yeah, so, all right, man. There you go. You hitting some highlights here today.
God damn it. Let's go.
All right. Next one is Shadowrun Trilogy. And that's going to be coming out 2022. It is a cyberpunk meets fantasy style game. I don't have much on this because I've never played any of these Shadowrun games. But yeah, so that's going to be coming out in 2022.
Solid. What else we got?
Renaissance.
Renaissance? Why don't I remember that one?
The ActRaiser Renaissance.
Oh, ActRaiser coming back.
Yeah.
Yep.
Apparently that's not on this article.
Oh, that's weird. So, sorry, let me pull up because I...
No, here we go. My bad. I typed in. I don't know how I fucked that up. All right. So, ActRaiser Renaissance is getting a remastered version from the SNES, and it's already out. Yeah, I mean, so it came out. Point of this whole thing coming out, so Thursday. The game was originally released in 1990 in Japan, and this new version arrives today with much loved original score and rearranged soundtrack featuring all new some new music. New stages and boss battles also await. So,
it's good. Funny enough, I actually never played the OG ActRaiser. I played ActRaiser 2. I never played the original one, but I'm pretty sure the second one came out just a few years after the first one. So if the first one came out, you said 1990?
Yeah.
So it had to be like 92 or 93 that ActRaiser 2 came out.
Yeah, I've never played any of those, so.
They were, man, that was like the golden age of like the side scroller hack and slash type of shit. Or just side scrollers in general. So
well, that was that one that switched between overtop and side scroll, right? When we were watching it?
I don't remember. I
think
think
so.
so. Yeah, yes it did. Yep.
Because I remember pointing that out going, okay, that's really neat. I wasn't expecting that.
Yeah, it did.
All right, so another game that actually is out now, we're getting weird. We're getting weird because we are talking about Deltarune Chapter 2.
Oh, yeah.
So Deltarune is the same people that make Undertale, which is another very strange game. All of them are actually connected as well. So Chapter 2 is out now for the Switch. And if you want to get strange, pick that shit up.
Yeah, it's every time I see it, it confuses me. But then again, you say you watched Adrian play Undertale, and it was apparently a very, very, very interesting watch.
It is. It is a very cool thing to actually sit down and check out. All right, so another thing that we have is September 30th, you have Hot Wheels Unleashed. That's going to be coming out. We already talked about that when we did our free and new for September. You have Surviving the Aftermath is going to be coming out holiday of 2021. It's one of those, it's over the top. It's like world building type of game. You have Shin Megami Tensei 5. I believe that's already out. These were ones that they kind of just threw us like these really quick hits. You know what I mean? With everything coming through.
It was just like a quick compilation of like a few trailers with not much behind it.
Nah. Another one that was on that whole list was Wreckfest. That's going to be coming out soon, if not already out. All right, so Pac-Man and Xevious is also available now. You have Rune Factory 5 that is coming out March of 2022.
Pac-Man. Hey, man, any idea where Pac-Man started?
Didn't we talk about this?
Yeah, we did. On a super recent episode, a.k.a. our most recent episode.
Oh, yeah, when we did the Bally Astrocade.
Yeah, Consoles Through History.
Yeah, Muncher.
Yeah, please check that out if y'all haven't checked it out already.
All right. So, we got some big shit that they just announced. Everybody's talking about it, so we're going to go ahead and break it down right now. We got the cast for the Super Mario Brothers movie.
I am very, very excited and very, very intrigued at how this is going to go. Because I will tell you right now, being a mega fan of Mario as I am, I'm 100% happy with the cast that they picked. There's one area that was slightly confusing. I'll get to it when we run through the cast. So if you want to get that started, we'll just go person by person. We'll give our thoughts on it.
Okay, yeah. So we're going to start off with Mario, and he is being played by Star-Lord himself, Chris Pratt.
So makes sense, but also doesn't make sense. So it makes sense because I feel like they're clearly going to try to take Mario in a slightly different direction. Mm-hmm. I can't see Chris Pratt doing an over the top stereotypical Italian accent. I can't see it. Maybe he will. I don't know.
Look, I also don't see who they're having play as Luigi doing that either. The over the top. I mean, he is over the top, but I don't see him doing like an over the top accent.
And who would that be? Might as well flow right into that.
Charlie Day from It's Always Sunny in Philadelphia and the Pacific Rim movies. He is going to be voicing Luigi.
Well, put it this way, we will tell you this. That I mean, we've only given you two people so far, but there will clearly be not one lack of like comedy in this movie.
Yeah,
because they have picked some hilarious people.
Yeah, they have. They have a lot of like comedic actors in this.
Yeah, like damn near the whole thing, minus one.
Yeah. Next up, we're going to talk about Peach. She is being played by Anya Taylor-Joy. Most people know her. Let me go ahead and really quick pull up some of her IMDb.
Well, I first saw her in Split. She was phenomenal in that movie. If y'all hear my dog barking, I apologize, but something's getting delivered for the boy at this current moment. But yeah, I saw her for the first time in Split. I'm pretty positive that wasn't her first movie, but she was very, very good in that. Great movie.
No, her first movie was actually The Witch in 2015. But yeah, so Glass, you know what I mean? She plays the same character. She doesn't Split.
She was also in a remake of an older movie, right? She played read me her IMDb.
So we have The Witch,
Emma, Morgan. I think. Emma,
yeah.
And I believe Emma's a remake, if I'm not.
Okay, I'm not even sure if that's a remake. I'm actually curious on how she is in the New Mutants movie that came out. It's currently out on HBO Max. She plays Magic. Elania Rasputin. She's actually Colossus's sister. So yeah, so I'm real curious on how she's going to be. For Bowser, they picked another great comedic actor, Jack Black.
I can see that, and I was right. Emma is a remake, by the way. The original was Gwyneth Paltrow in like '96 or some shit.
Okay.
But yeah, Jack Black as Bowser, like that, you can look at him and see Bowser.
And Jack Black's doing a lot of voice stuff right now, dude. You have him being Bowser in this. He's Claptrap in the Borderlands movie.
Yeah.
I mean, obviously he's Poe. You know what I mean? Kung Fu Panda.
Mm-hmm.
The next one is Toad, and Toad is going to be voiced by Keegan-Michael Key. Everybody knows him from Key and Peele, and he was in Toy Story 4.
Dude, I'm a massive Keegan-Michael Key fan.
I'm excited for it.
He is hilarious.
He's good. Hilarious. So, Donkey Kong is going to make an appearance in this movie, and he's going to be voiced by Seth Rogen.
That's probably the one I'm most intrigued for, or most intrigued by. I believe he can pull it off because Donkey Kong is kind of big and dumb, and I think he can play that perfectly.
I mean, he did. I mean, you've seen the live animated Lion King movie, right?
Yeah, he was Pumbaa.
Live action, yeah, he was Pumbaa.
Yeah.
How was he in that?
I liked him.
Okay, so I mean,
I liked him that. I put it this way: I liked him more as Pumbaa more than I liked what's his face as Timon.
Okay,
I forget his name all of a sudden. I'm not a fan of the guy. Regardless, Billy Eichner, is that who it was?
Maybe,
or Billy, whatever the hell his name is. I'm not a fan of his anyway. But
so we're also going to get another Kong, Cranky Kong, and he's going to be played by Fred Armisen.
Mm-hmm.
And this one I'm excited for just because I love this actor. Kamek, I don't even know who Kamek actually is, but he's going to be voiced by Kevin Michael Richardson.
Kamek is the wizard, wasn't he? Like the caretaker of Bowser Jr. I believe.
Oh, is that him?
I'm
Oh, cool. Okay, I can run with that.
I'm double checking right now.
All right, so Kevin Michael Richardson, he played Joker in one of the versions of the Batman. He is actually Crusher on Blaze of the Monster Machines for anybody who have kids and watch that. He does a bunch of different work out there. I mean, especially in the voice acting world.
Yeah, so Kamek is a Magic Koopa who acts like a maternal figure to Bowser and who took care of baby Bowser during the events of Super Mario World 2 and Mario and Luigi Partners in Time in Yoshi's Island.
Okay.
So, yeah.
And one of the last ones we got was Sebastian Maniscalco, the comedian, is going to be playing Spike.
Interesting. Yeah, dude, I'm excited for this, and I hope that it sticks because I would love more of these. Because let's be real, the last time we discussed a Super Mario Brothers movie was in an episode in a galaxy far, far away. At this point, it seems this was back in season 1, right?
Yeah, it was.
Where we I don't even remember what the topic was.
It was video game, like video
games that spawn movies.
Yeah,
that's what it was. Yeah, and with the exception of it being like a cult classic for video game fans, it's a pretty horrendous piece of shit.
Yeah, John Leguizamo. I
forget who played Mario at this point.
Oh, so do I.
Dennis Hopper was the best thing to come out of that movie because wasn't he Bowser? Wasn't he, or am I tripping?
I need to look that up now. I'll let you know in a sec.
I don't remember who it was. I don't think it was Dennis Hopper. I think it was somebody else. It was a brilliant actor who played Bowser, and I'm just forgetting. Or Koopa at that point.
I almost feel like it was... No, you're right. Dennis Hopper.
Okay, yeah. And you got
man. You had
Goombas
Bob
playing
Hopkins
harmonicas and shit.
Mario. I keep on saying his name wrong. I'm never going to get it right. Yeah, but... yeah, dude, that was a... It was a bad movie.
Yeah, it was shit.
Yeah, so we got a release date. So that's going to be coming out December 21st, 2022 in the States.
Yeah.
Excited for that. And it's going to be coming out around the world at a later date, I believe. Or maybe Japan is probably going to end up being a little earlier, but...
Yeah.
We got a continuation in the Paint world.
Yeah.
Splatoon 3 is going to be coming out 2022 with we don't have any like real thing about it, but it's going to be coming out 2022, and it's going to be Return of the Mammalians in this game with a single player. They showed us a little bit of the multiplayer mode to where you're 4v4, going and just trying to paint more of the area to try to win the match. And they showed us very, very little of the single player campaign.
Yep. Bright, vibrant, paint, Splatoon, standard. If your kids love the first two, or you love the first two, you'll probably love the third one.
Yeah. And the final thing that we talked about, or they talked about that we're going to now talk about,
the bad bitch is back.
Bayonetta 3, a game that was first announced in 2017, they said.
Yeah.
Finally is coming out. The game is going to be coming out next year. We don't have an exact date, but it is the 2022 release window. It looked fucking pretty.
It did look pretty.
It looked really good.
She's a bad mamma jamma.
Oh yeah, she is badass as hell.
She's a bad mamma jamma. But yeah, you just basically saw these two big bruising ass fucking creatures. Well, it was one that kind of cloned itself actually.
Yeah, it looked like it cloned itself behind these military people, and
the military they were throwing everything they had at this fucking thing. Couldn't do nothing. Their weapons were useless, and she just basically comes up and like one shots this thing and blows it to pieces.
Yeah, she came in and she went hog wild. So
yeah, she's a bad mamma jamma.
Foxy as can be.
We do not own the rights to that song. I just want people to know that.
It happens, man. It happens. I'm not mad at it.
But that concludes.
It definitely, dude. That That
again a packed 40-minute Nintendo Direct.
That was their best Nintendo Direct that I've seen since they first told us about the Breath of the Wild style Pokemon game.
Yeah.
Which was, I think, last year at some point, like early last year.
So what would you rate this thing?
My rating for this...
I swear to God, if you still... I feel like I want to go first, because every time now you give your rating, and it's like right on par with what I was going to give, and it looks like I'm just...
Then go ahead.
So now, hopefully, either you're a bite or you give it something different. I'm going to give it... I'm going to give it a B+. I'm going to give it a... Fuck. Yes. Do this time. Yeah, I'm gonna give it a solid B+. There wasn't any, anything super huge for me to tip it to the A scale yet, but just for things that I wasn't expecting to get, like the N64 and the Sega, the Mario movie, excited to, my excitement for seeing the Animal Crossing Direct that's going to be coming up.
Yeah.
What else was there? There was a couple other things. The Disney game I was excited about. But yeah, B+. Solid B+ for me.
Yeah, I also give it a B+. I will go ahead and bite off of you because you normally bite off of me. But yeah, dude, Disney Magical World 2, you know what I mean? You had Knights of the Old Republic is coming.
Yeah.
Mario Party Superstars looks like it's a fun continuation of the Mario Party games. I mean, dude, like you have more with Metroid Dread, and one of the better things I liked about this, honestly, is the fact that we only had one thing about Super Smash. One thing about Smash Brothers. That's it, and it was quick. It was very quick. And then everything else was just jam-packed with just other games that people can go ahead and really get behind.
Yeah. Bravo, Nintendo. Bravo.
Very, very nice.
Good work.
So, basically, the Nintendo Direct was pretty much what we had when it came down to news. So...
This is very true, because the news you would basically take out of that would be the movie.
Yeah, that would have been the probably biggest thing, talking about the movie. So, we'll just lead right into it. And I won't even make you wait anymore. We're going to tell you what we are playing.
I mean, I'll go first.
Please.
I actually started messing around with UFC 4. I don't know if I said that the last time we were talking.
You did say something about it, but you didn't all you said was that you basically created your character. Oh yeah, no. I mean, I'm still in my career, but at this point, I've already made GOAT status. I'm the greatest of all time. I'm 31-0 with. Or no, I'm 30-0 with 26 knockouts and 4 submissions. I'm pretty sure. 30-0 with 31 knockouts.
Some Deontay Wilder shit. Yeah, which, funny enough, not that it has to do with Deontay Wilder, but once I became the GOAT, I actually unlocked Tyson Fury as a character.
Oh, cool.
I unlocked Tyson Fury. I unlocked Bruce Lee, Action Bronson, Anthony Joshua, and I forget who the hell else I unlocked.
Unlocking Bruce.
There's someone else in there. The game's tough. The one thing that I like about it, I don't know if they had it in the previous 3 games, but they had, for anyone, I didn't need it because I played the previous 3, but the ground game is always the toughest thing for some people, because you have to be super quick. And they now have legacy mode, which is what the OG system used to be, where as soon as you get in as soon as you get on the ground, a little prompt will pop up for the right thumbstick, and it'll show you different directions, to try to go in if you want to go into half guard, full guard, north, south, side control, blah, blah, blah. But if you don't understand all of those, or you're just not ready for that, they have a stripped down version where it literally says submit, get up, ground and pound. And whichever direction you go in will get you closer to that scenario. So it just makes life a lot easier. So I thought that was pretty cool that they have that as an option. The training camps are tough, man. They because you have to balance hyping up the fight and making sure that you come into camp in shape, because you can choose how many weeks you want your training camp to be, and then you have to make sure there's like a meter that starts with, it goes from low, moderate, peak, but then if you go too far, you can be overtrained. You go into the red, you're overtrained, which makes it easier. Well, one, your guy's got less stamina, it makes it easier to get hurt.
Okay.
So you have to really balance out how you do that. They've added in sponsorships where when you take a sponsorship, you get more money and shit on the back end, but it also takes time out of your training camp because they have obligations like meet and greets and photo shoots and stuff like that. Did you have anything before I do that, or no? No, because you said you didn't get to play much this week.
Nah, dude, this week's been pretty slim on being able to play. Unfortunately, we're dealing with some sicknesses in the house. So yeah, it's been a little tough for me to actually get down and play. So I mean,
we all got those weeks.
After the stream, I jumped on Fallout 76 for a few hours. I was able to run through a little more of the missions. Dude, honestly, I really am enjoying having NPCs back in the game. It's a good time.
Of course. That was everything. It was baffling that they took it out.
I'm starting to build a character that mainly relies on heavy weapons. So like Gatling lasers,
that sounds like
Gatling plasma, miniguns. Normally in games I like being the support guy. So yeah, I guess it does kind of run in that. So I need to start looking at really good power armor and actually building like a really good suit.
Yeah.
And then at that point I'll be legit, because I just hit level 45. So now I need to go ahead, and once I hit 50, I get to go ahead and get a little more extra attributes. So I'm working my way there.
Well, that takes us right into Fun Friday, because we finally got to get back into it. With the three of us. Anthony was back. I was back. Anthony couldn't play last week. I was gonna play something with you, but then shit went sideways last second.
It's all good.
But yeah, we got back after it. We got into the Ascent, and it was another action-packed night with some real progress. We banged out a couple side missions. We banged out a main mission.
Yeah, we did.
We got our asses torn apart. We tore up some asses, and
we keep on finding those areas that are you shouldn't be here,
way above our pay grade.
Yes.
Yeah, we sure.
But then
do.
we hit them once, and then we go, something? Let's do it like this, and then we just systematically break it down and just destroy shit.
Yeah, we got some new augmentations that are pretty cool. Some new tactical gear, like that giant charge beam or whatever the fuck it was.
I'm calling it a unibeam just because that's just, it looks like some Iron Man shit.
Yeah, it sure does. Hopefully we'll get a little bit more time on it next Friday. I feel like we need to alter this time somehow, either because Anthony always gets tired so fucking fast. Like maybe if we start trying to do like 8 to 10 or something. Just eke out an extra half hour.
Certainly can try.
It's a little tougher for you guys than it is for me right now, because granted, I just lost you. You just disappeared.
That's all right, I'll come back in a minute.
It's no biggie for me to get some games in.
No, I got you. No, look, man, we'll figure something out to get a little more time in. It was a little tough last night with the stream because Anthony's still battling the stuff he's battling. Being a little under the weather. So, he was pretty wiped out. So, I don't put it on him.
Yeah, it should hit him.
We'll get back to it.
Shit hit him like a brick wall, man.
Yeah, it really did.
But
like I said, hopefully he'll be back next week, and we get to go ahead and hear all about like Hades and all the other stuff he's been playing. So
yeah, he's been playing something else in addition to Hades too, which I'm excited to hear him talk about, considering it's a game that I already brought up and was super excited about. So I'm interested to hear what he thinks.
Yeah.
But yeah, it is about that time to connect with CGC. So as always, you can go to consolegamingcrew.com. You can drop us a line at consolegamingcrew@gmail.com. Twitter, the best place to possibly get a hold of us. We are at Console Crew.
Yep.
You can check us out on YouTube and Instagram. We are Console Gaming Crew. Our Instagram we need to do a little bit of a lot more work on, but YouTube, our episodes get released there as well. So for our YouTube peeps, we are Console Gaming Crew. Facebook's beyond needing help. Facebook needs like a whole ass intervention. We are also a part of the Boss Rush Network on bossrushgames.com. I almost said Boss Rush myself, but I caught it. bossrushgames.com, which is a great network of content creators. So go there, check us out, check out a shitload of other people in all sorts of different realms, not just video games.
Yep.
Our Twitch, which is super important to us. We are CGC Podcast on Twitch. You have co-op Monday nights where Wes plays. You've been playing Fallout, right? Or what do you play Monday? No, Monday nights was Destiny, wasn't it? Or no?
It used to be Destiny.
It used to be Destiny. What is it now?
Now it's pretty much D&D, Dark Alliance.
Okay.
Actually, this is a little bit towards what are we playing? I mean, the guys weren't able to jump on with me last week. I mean, Mike was away on business and stuff like that. So I actually played some more Miles. I mean, when I was just because it was something good to stream. But normally it's a co-op game between myself, Mike from the Twisted Cape, our boy Hav, and then our other boy Dan.
Yeah, and shout out to Mike, by the way, getting with the Sony clan, my man.
Yeah, yo, he just got his PS5. I'm pretty sure he's setting it up today.
Yeah, I see. He texted me. He texted me yesterday and was showing me like spots where he was thinking of putting it and all that shit. Yeah, man, I'm happy for you. But anyway, so yeah, Twitch again. We are CGC Podcast, like we said. We have Wes on Monday nights, Fun Friday, which I'm enjoying. I don't know that I'm ever going to enjoy it again when it goes back to Freaky Friday, or maybe I will when it's Wes.
Yeah, exactly.
But as of right now, it's Fun Friday, where the three of us are currently running the Ascent. If you don't have three of us and it's just the two of us, we will generally be playing Chell. Anthony has it downloaded as well, so if I'm ever out or Anthony's ever out, the remaining two, or Wes for that matter, the remaining two will just play some Chell. And if all of us, if Anthony and I for whatever reason can't do something, Wes has been brilliant at picking up the slack, and he's been running Miles Morales. So I don't know how much you got left. I don't know how much you have left in it. So
I'm about 40% done the game, so I still have a little bit.
Sweet. But yeah, in a nutshell, that's where you can find us.
All right, yo, we appreciate everybody listening as always, man. Yo, we appreciate all the love that we get from all around. I mean, y'all crew members are truly the best. So we ask that y'all please just stay safe. Wash your hands, mask up, and as always,
game on.
Game on, y'all. Peace.